Hey guys, my name is Joe. I'm a GEARUP tutor at Del Valle Middle. And have you ever wondered what makes you, you? Well, it has to do with a very special macromolecule that I want to talk to you guys about. So, let's get started. Today we're going to go over a very special macromolecule called DNA. So, what is DNA? DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, and it bears the hereditary information that's passed on from parents to children, providing instructions for how and when to make the many proteins needed to build and maintain functioning cells, tissues, and organisms. This means that everything that makes you is stored in the DNA, like the color of your hair, or the thickness of your hair, or how straight your hair is, or how curly your hair is, or how much hair you have, or how quickly you might lose your hair, and many other aspects about yourself, even those not related to hair. And it's not just found in humans, it's also found in other living organisms, all the way from single-celled bacteria to multicellular mammals. It's found in the nucleus of plants and animals, and the nucleoid in bacteria, hence why it's named nucleic. So let's go over the basic structure of DNA. DNA chains are typically found in a double helix, a structure in which two matching complementary chains are stuck together, as shown on the right. The sugars and the phosphates line the outside of the helix, forming the backbone of the DNA. This portion of the molecule is sometimes called the sugar-phosphate backbone. The nitrogenous bases extend into the interior like the steps of a staircase in pairs. The bases of a pair are bound to each other by hydrogen bonds. Let's look at a simplified model to get a better understanding. So let's go over the name deoxyribonucleic acid. It has been mentioned that it is nucleic because it is found in the nucleus of plants and animals and the nucleoid in the bacteria. The backbone is made of a combination of sugars and phosphates. The sugar that makes up the backbone is deoxyribose. That's where the first part comes from. The phosphate group is acidic, and that's why it is an acid. So the nitrogenous bases come in four varieties for DNA: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. Adenine will always pair up with thymine, thymine with adenine, and cytosine will always pair up with guanine, and guanine with cytosine. You might ask yourself why. Can't thymine pair up with guanine? What about thymine and thymine? It all comes down to the molecular structure. As you can see in this image, the way the DNA is structured, thymine can only pair up with adenine. Both adenine and thymine have two hydrogen bonds, unlike guanine and cytosine with their three. And trying to pair two thymines just wouldn't line up correctly. Because of these properties, DNA is able to replicate itself by splitting itself in two. As you can see on the right, as a double helix DNA splits into two, the cell is able to complete the two halves with their respective missing bases, thus creating two identical DNA strands. This happens when cells replicate, meaning that inside almost every cell in your body there exists your complete human genome, 3 billion base pairs. The radius of the DNA is 1 nanometer long, and your genome is the code that makes you who you are. If you want to know more or have questions regarding this subject or any others, you can visit tutor.com. They offer students help 24/7. You can also visit Khan Academy for some supplementary learning, and if you need help in your classes, your teachers are always willing to help. Until next time, stay safe and study hard.